Advanced Heroquest Gaming Aids. The Fiends of Slaanesh. Follow your bliss and don't be afraid, and doors will open where you didn't know they were going to be. The Fiends of Slaanesh, also known by such epithets as the Beasts of Slaanesh, the Rams of the Dark Prince, the Bestials, the Unholy Ones, the Chimerial Leapers, and the Fiends of Exultant Excess, are one of the lesser demons of Slaanesh, the Chaos God of pleasure and pain. As part of the continuation of new rules for demons in Advanced Heroquest, we present here rules for using fiends. What follows are what we came up with using our empirical method of converting over 3rd edition stats to AHQ, as well as, for transparency's sake, the process we went through in doing this. As always, feel free to try these rules out for free, and any feedback is most welcome. Anyway, let us cut to the chase and begin. Characteristics. To create the stats for fiends, we followed our tried and trusted empirical method, as well as applying a few dollops of common sense where appropriate, and, as always, trying to avoid as much potential ludonarrative dissonance as possible. With these provisos in place, let us go. Bravery and intelligence. The easiest characteristics to convert over are bravery, which equals leadership, and also intelligence, which equals intelligence in the old Warhammer Fantasy Battle rules. This gave us a value of 8 for bravery and a 4 for intelligence. Wounds. To generate the wounds characteristic, you simply add 2 to the Warhammer Fantasy Battle value. This gave us 3 wounds. Speed. Next up was speed. The speed characteristic is done by adding the movement stat to the initiative. This gave us a value of 9 for its speed. This seemed dead on to my mind. Toughness and strength. To calculate the toughness of a model, you add 2 to the original stat. This gave us 5. Next up was strength. To convert this over, you again add 2. This gave us 5 again. Bow skill and weapon skill. To calculate bow skill, you simply add +2 to the original Warhammer value, which being 0 simply gave us 2. Weapon skill is calculated by adding +3 to the original stat value. This gave us 6. Perfection. Damage. Now, what weapon a monster uses, cross-referenced with their strength, affects the amount of damage they inflict. Fiends fight with both their claws and fangs, and also a poisonous tail. This gives them an additional attack dice. Claws and fangs can neither fumble nor cause criticals. The fiends have a strength of 5, which would mean they'd normally roll 3 damage dice when they hit, but because of the poison, they get a +1 on their strength when rolling to wound, which means they end up rolling 4 dice instead. Points. Fiends have a points value of 40 in the Old Realm of Chaos book, putting them in the 6-point bracket in Advanced Heroquest. Special rules. Fiends get the following special rules. Large monster, 2 attacks, and a new rule, Euphoric Musk. Large monster. Large monsters come on bigger bases. Any monster on a base at least 40mm by 40mm, but also larger, is classed as a large monster. When moving, choose an edge, then move the monster. They can be moved through any size door, but can never finish a move partway through a door. If they do not have enough movement to clear a door, they must remain on the near side. Large monsters have death zones that occupy all spaces adjacent to them apart from the diagonal corners. Large monsters completely block any line of sight which passes over their bases. Line of sight to and from a large monster is not blocked by normal-sized creatures. 2 attacks. A monster with 2 attacks may make 2 hand-to-hand attack rolls instead of 1. Euphoric Musk. Fiends exude a musky perfume, which is highly attractive to all living creatures. At the start of a combat phase, a hero or henchman model in the death zone of a fiend must make an intelligence test. Roll a die. If the roll is greater than their intelligence, the model will fall into a stupor. If the roll is less than or equal to their intelligence, they are unaffected. Victims in a stupor are unable to do anything other than stand quite still, drinking in the heady perfume of the fiend. Only one victim can be influenced by a single fiend's musk during a combat phase. If multiple models fail their intelligence test, the GM chooses who is affected. And with all that, the stats were complete. As always, we have turned these rules into bespoke reference cards, and there is a link to download them in the video's description. Each has a back, so simply print off the sheet, fold it in half and glue. We also laminate our cards. If you try this monster out in your games, we'd love to hear how they do, and if you have any requests for further monsters, please let us know. Enjoy your games, and in the words of the Dark Prince,
"Come to me, my dear child. Happiness is simply this, a combination of hedonism, creativity, and the journey to perfection. An exuberant life, a life worth living, fuses excellence and pleasure, euphoria and enrichment, unfettered emotion and putting yourself and your desires first. That is the meaning you have been seeking all this time, and here is the place of fulfillment. Welcome."
thanks for watching.